Hi, everybody. All right, welcome to today's coffee lecture, where I will introduce you to Medicines Complete, a resource for pharmaceutical scientists, but also, I think, chemists and other scientists that have interest in this topic. And I want to start out giving you a taste of what I'm going to be talking about some sugar replacement, about stuff that's being injected in your body, and about birth control. Um, but the question maybe initially, why would you need a resource such as Medicines Complete? Well, what you find there is curated and aggregated data. So it's summarized. You have a lot of the relevant information. It's regularly updated and it has references to the primary literature. Um, yeah, if you're a pharmacist, if you're a doctor, if you work in life sciences, medicinal chemistry, this might be for you. What is it or what is contained in this resource? One part of it is pharmaceutical excipients. So these are substances that are not the main active ingredient in a medication, but they are part of the formulation. They maybe help stability, taste, uptake. There could be different reasons for them. Then we have Clarke's analysis of drugs and poisons. I think the name is quite self-explanatory. And then we have Martindale, the complete drug reference, which is basically an encyclopedia for drug substances. And you may think now, yeah, but I could look up this stuff in Wikipedia. And I would say you could be right. The downside of this is that pretty much anybody can change things in Wikipedia. And here they are aggregated by expert and they are not that easily mutable. So I would judge this as more reliable. Even though you will find a lot of the information one-to-one, but you just don't know if it's sure. So let me start with the first topic, artificial sweeteners. I've chosen the example of aspartame. And now I'm going to this website, MedicinesComplete.com. And you see we have a simple search mask here. Um, and I start typing what I'm looking for. And you see I have some type ahead. Even aspartame gets suggested. And then I get a results view. You see I have 250 results for this. And then it searches in these three references works that we have licensed that are more. There are more, but at DTH we have these three. And you see that most entries are found in Martindale, so because they are part of a formulation, most likely. But this is a sweetener. I want to know about its effects as an excipient. So if you use it as an additional substances, and then you see we have aspartame, but we also have mixtures and other derivatives. So I look at the first and initial hit. And so let's explore a little bit what we can find here. It starts out with names. We have different synonyms. We have trade names under which this substance is sold. Because it's also a food additive, we have an E number. We have more chemical names. We have a CAS registry number, which can help you maybe find a vendor for this formula, molecular formula, structure formula. And then, yeah, what is it used for? Of course, it's a sweetening agent. And then we have more information about the substance itself. Um, because I mean, I'm now talking a sweetener, and you could use this for food purposes. But if you use this for pharmaceutical purposes, you have much higher requirements of what exactly this substance needs to be, what specifications it needs to be within. And these can partly be found here. So we have even a nice picture of what the crystals look like. Um, and then we have information from a pharmacopoeia. What are the standards that this substance needs to fulfill so you can use it in your formulation for your drug? Uh, then we have quite a bit of chemical properties. from melting point to acidity. Then there's spectroscopic data. So here we have IR spectrum, we have near IR, which is often used in quality control, even a Raman, and then there's information on what's the stability of this compound, how does it degrade. Here we have even a half-life curve at different pH values. And there is also mention on incompatibility. So if you plan your formulation, well, maybe you shouldn't use a magnesium stearate, or sugar alcohols could be a problem, or diabasic calcium phosphate. So information like this could be really helpful. Then we have safety aspects. I think here they are maybe not as important because it's an artificial sweetener, but depending on what the purpose of the substance is, for what you use it, this could be really crucial. And at the very end, there is quite an extensive number of references that you could follow up at individual aspects. Okay, I want to move to the second topic. So I got inspired by a news article yesterday to think about this. And it was this that apparently the US Republican Party tries to ban mifepristone, which is used for abortions, due to concerns about water contaminations. And of course, if you think Republican Party and environmental protection, that's a really interesting combination. So this led me to think, oh yeah, I could try to find out a bit more about this substance, and I can also do that, of course, in MedicinesComplete. Let's see what we can find here. And now be careful. I searched this in the search bar, but now it just searched in the excipient. So I need to change now because I want to look in the encyclopedia. And then I have the entry to this drug. And also here we find a bunch of different information. We have nomenclature, so the name of this drug in different languages. That's the initial part. Then what is it used for? Of course, this is a abortion pill, but there is also a use in hepatic and renal impairment. We have contraception, of course. Cushing syndrome, which is an imbalance of the cortisol system. We have depression, so there's quite various uses that this drug is used for: ectopic pregnancy, endometriosis, fibroids, labor induction. And then if we go down a bit, because a lot of drugs do have side effects. Often it's a drastic intervention in your system. So those are listed here, what could happen with you, what you should look out for. And then as the next, there's also a list of what are precautions that one should take in the context of using this drug. Then if we go down, yeah, for example, here, if you're breastfeeding and you use this, if you suffer from porphyria. Finally, well, if you take other drugs, you might be at risk of interactions negative. So here, for example, we have an effect on CYP chromosomes, which could affect the metabolism of other medications that you take. So there you should be careful. And then finally, we have a small part about pharmacokinetics. At the very end, it says preparations and then select the country. So we could look here. We are in Switzerland, and then we see, oh yeah, this is a product, the market or the brand under which this is sold in our country here. Then the last example, of course, injecting stuff into your face. We're talking about Botox here. And I want to look now at yeah, let's quickly search for this. I also want to highlight this. So if I just search for Botox, it's maybe not ideal. So I get a lot of preparations because that's a brand name. If I search for botulinum, so here I have 55 hits, you saw. Change this a little bit. and then I get a different amount of hits. But then again, because now we're talking poison, so I want to focus on this aspect, and we're going into Clarke's analysis of drugs and poisons. And then we're looking at the botulinum toxins. And then we see here the information that we can get about this type of toxin is synonym. Then we have chemical properties, their targets, also some CAS numbers, molecular weights, and then that's interesting. So to actually detecting this, you use a mouse assay where you treat mice and then have to kill them to analyze them. So that's why analysis is maybe not so straightforward. But there is then also standard HPLC methods. You have LCMS methods, what to look out for. So this can save you substantial time if you have to analyze this toxin. Capillary electrophoresis as another method, disposition in the body, and then finally also some information on what is the actual toxicity. And on dosing, because, well, it's a poison, but yeah, people inject it, and so there is a certain amount that, of course, you can tolerate, but you should not go over it. Yeah, and with that, I'm almost at the end. I want to highlight, I have a short summary, a coffee lecture card that you can download to have a quick overview over what you find in Medicines Complete. And then I would invite you to join us again next week. On Tuesday, I will present Science of Synthesis, which is a research for synthetic organic chemists, but also some inorganic chemists that work sort of organic chemistry adjacent, maybe in catalysis. That might be interesting for you as well.